Welcome back to Healthier Daily, the channel where we give you the simple science-backed truths to live a stronger and more independent life after 60. I'm your host, Dr. Ben Carter. Today, I want you to imagine two paths for your future. On one path, you see yourself in 10 years, needing a walker to get around, struggling to get out of your favorite chair, and becoming afraid of the stairs in your own home. On the other path, you see yourself still walking confidently in the park, playing with your grandchildren on the floor, and living a strong, vibrant, and independent life. What if I told you that the choice between those two paths is made not over many years, but in the first 30 minutes of every single day? It is a choice that is made at your breakfast table. So many of us feel our legs getting weaker. We feel the stiffness. We notice our balance is a little off, and we tell ourselves a simple story: I'm just getting old. But that is not a diagnosis. It is a description of what is happening. The real problem, the one we can actually fix, is this: your body is in a state of muscle breakdown every single morning, and the breakfast you are eating is not giving it the tools it needs to fight back. To help us understand this morning crisis, and more importantly, what to do about it, we are so honored to be joined by a man who has dedicated his life to the principles of healthy aging. It is our great honor to welcome Dr. Shigeaki Hinohara.
Thank you, Ben. The picture you paint of two paths is very accurate. The problem is a combination of two powerful forces. The first is the condition called sarcopenia, which is the natural age-related loss of muscle mass. But the second force, the one that makes it so much worse and so much faster, is the overnight catabolic state. After you have fasted for 8 or 9 hours while you sleep, your body wakes up in a state of emergency. It is crying out for energy to run your heart, your lungs, and your brain. If you do not provide it with immediate high-quality fuel upon waking, your body must find that fuel somewhere. And the easiest and largest source of stored protein for it to break down for energy is the massive muscle group in your legs. So every morning that you skip breakfast or eat the wrong kind of breakfast, you are essentially telling your body to sacrifice a small piece of your future independence just to get through the morning.
And that is exactly the destructive process we are here to stop today. Dr. Hinohara has developed what he calls the Complete Morning Leg Strength Protocol. It is a series of simple integrated steps starting from the moment you wake up that work together as a complete system to stop this muscle breakdown and start the process of rebuilding. It is a blessing to know that we have the power to make these choices and to support the incredible bodies we've been given. If you are ready to choose the path of strength and learn this life-saving protocol, please type the number 1 in the comments below. And be sure to subscribe to our channel. It's completely free. And this guide could change the way you walk for the rest of your life. Okay, doctor, this is fantastic. So before we even talk about the breakfast foods themselves, your Complete Morning Leg Strength Protocol actually starts with a few simple steps a person should do the moment they wake up. You call this the awakening and activation phase. Can you walk us through it?
Yes. The best way for me to explain this is to tell you the story of a patient of mine. He was a 69-year-old retired construction engineer. He was a man who had been physically strong his entire life, working on scaffolds and climbing slopes. But he came to see me because, in his words, his legs no longer felt like they belonged to him. His knees were stiff in the morning. His feet often felt numb or as heavy as lead. He told me that his first few steps out of bed were hesitant, slow, and unsteady, like trying to move a rusted machine, he said. He had a small fall one morning after his foot caught on a low step on his porch. The fall wasn't serious, but it scared him deeply. He felt that he was losing control of his own body. The habits I'm about to share are the exact ones we taught him that helped him to completely change this situation.
That's a very relatable story. So what were the first steps in his new morning routine?
The very first things he did before even thinking about breakfast were part of what I call the awakening phase. There are 3 simple parts. First, he stopped jumping out of bed. We taught him to stand up slowly. Second, he began his day not with coffee, but with a large glass of warm water with a tiny pinch of natural mineral salt. Third, he would then spend 5 minutes just sitting by a window, enjoying the early morning sunlight.
And each of those simple habits has a powerful scientific reason behind it. Standing up slowly, as we've discussed before in Healthier Daily, helps to prevent orthostatic hypotension, that sudden dangerous drop in blood pressure that can cause dizziness and falls in the morning. The warm water with a pinch of mineral salt does 2 things. It begins to rehydrate your body after a long night, and it provides crucial electrolytes like potassium and magnesium that are essential for preventing muscle cramps and helping your nerves to fire correctly. And the morning sunlight is so important. That early light helps to set your body's natural circadian rhythm, which is your internal clock. This leads to better, deeper sleep at night. In deep sleep is when most of your muscle repair happens. That sunlight also allows your skin to begin the process of producing vitamin D, which is critical for both muscle strength and bone health.
That is exactly right. After he finished his water and had his few minutes of light, he would do step 2 of the protocol, which I call the activation. It is one simple balance exercise that takes just 3 minutes. He would stand next to a sturdy kitchen counter for support. Then he would simply stand up tall and lift one foot just 2 to 4 inches off the ground. He would try to hold it for 10 seconds, then he would switch to the other leg. He repeated this 5 times for each side. That is all.
It sounds so simple, but what that exercise is doing inside the body is profound. It is waking up the proprioceptive system. That is the complex communication network between the nerves in your muscles and joints in your brain that controls your balance and coordination. By challenging your balance in this very simple and safe way, you are forcing that communication line to wake up and become sharper before you even start your busy day. It dramatically reduces the risk of stumbling or misjudging a step later on.
And for this man, the result was remarkable. After just 3 weeks of this simple awakening and activation routine, he told me the rust was gone. His first steps in the morning felt lighter and much more confident. He was no longer afraid of that low step on his porch. The simple routines gave him back his confidence.
That is a truly wonderful outcome. It's a testament to the body's incredible God-given ability to heal and adapt when we simply provide it with these simple, respectful signals to do so.
So, we have now awakened the body and activated the nerves. Now, we have arrived at the most critical step in the complete morning leg strength protocol. We must give the body the right kind of fuel to stop the nightly muscle breakdown process and begin the work of rebuilding. This is step 3, the fuel.
Okay, doctor. This is the big one. This is what will make the most difference. What is the number 1 food that you recommend for a breakfast to specifically build leg strength in seniors?
For its power, its simplicity, and its nutritional completeness, the number 1 breakfast food is the simple, humble whole egg. I must tell you about a patient I had, a 72-year-old woman. She was a dedicated daily walker, but she came to me because she felt her legs were getting weaker each year, especially when she had to walk up a hill. She ate a breakfast of plain oatmeal every morning, which she thought was a very healthy choice. When I asked her why she didn't eat eggs, she said, "Oh no, doctor, My physician told me 30 years ago that I should avoid egg yolks because of my cholesterol. This old outdated piece of advice, this fear was literally starving her muscles of the nutrients they needed. I explained the modern science to her, and she agreed to try a simple change. I asked her to eat just 2 whole boiled eggs for her breakfast instead of the oatmeal. The change was not overnight, but after 2 months of this new routine, she came back to my office. She said she felt a new sense of power in her legs when she walked up the hills in her neighborhood. That outdated fear was the only thing that had been standing between her and her strength.
That is such a common and unfortunate story. The fear of egg yolks has done so much harm over the years. Let's be very clear for our viewers about the incredible science of the egg yolk for muscle health. The yolk is where the magic is. First, it is packed with high-quality protein and a crucial amino acid called leucine, which is the master switch that triggers your body's muscle protein synthesis. Second, the yolk contains vitamin D and vitamin B12, 2 vitamins we know are absolutely critical for muscle function and nerve health. And third, it is one of the best sources of choline, a nutrient that is essential for the neuromuscular system, the communication network between your brain and your leg muscles. And a major study from the University of Illinois confirmed what your patient experienced. It found that older adults who ate whole eggs gained significantly more leg strength and self-sufficiency. For the best benefits, the source material recommends eating the whole egg within 30 to 60 minutes of waking up. Now, doctor, your patient's story is so powerful. She switched from oatmeal to eggs. But what about oatmeal itself? So many people in America see it as the ultimate healthy breakfast. Is it not a good choice?
Oatmeal is a very good food. It provides a wonderful, slow-releasing carbohydrate for steady energy. But on its own, for a senior, it is not enough to stop muscle loss. It simply does not have enough protein to flip that muscle-building switch. It must be upgraded. The simplest and most powerful way to upgrade your oatmeal is to stir in 1 tablespoon of chia seeds after you've cooked it.
That is a fantastic upgrade. The oatmeal itself provides a special type of soluble fiber called beta-glucan, which is wonderful for lowering cholesterol and stabilizing your blood sugar, giving you that steady morning energy. But when you add the chia seeds, you are adding 3 crucial things: a good boost of plant-based protein to help your muscles, a huge dose of extra fiber, and most importantly, you are adding powerful anti-inflammatory omega-3 fatty acids. This simple combination turns your bowl of oatmeal from a simple carbohydrate meal into a true muscle supporting and inflammation-fighting powerhouse. This is so practical, doctor. It shows how small upgrades can make a huge difference. We love sharing these tips with our community all over the world. To help us see our global community, please let us know what city, state, or country you are watching from. It is a blessing to connect with all of you.
We have discussed the great power of whole eggs and the smart way to upgrade your oatmeal. Now let us continue with the other wonderful breakfast foods that can give your legs the fuel they need to stop muscle loss and begin rebuilding. Our third food is the banana.
Let's talk about the banana, doctor. It's often called nature's energy bar because it's so rich in carbohydrates. But for that same reason, many seniors, especially those with blood sugar concerns, have been told to be afraid of them. What is your advice?
That is a very wise question. The fear comes from eating a banana the wrong way. The key with the banana is threefold. First, it is best to choose a banana that is not overly ripe and covered in many brown spots. A banana that is still firm and perhaps even has a little green at the stem contains less free sugar and more resistant starch, which is better for your blood sugar. Second, the portion size is very important. You do not need a very large banana. A small or medium-sized one is perfect. And third, and this is the most important rule of all, you must pair the banana with a protein or a healthy fat. You should never eat a banana all by itself on an empty stomach. Have your banana slices with your oatmeal that has chia seeds, or eat it alongside your plain Greek yogurt. The protein and fiber from the other foods will act as a brake, slowing down the absorption of the banana's sugar and giving you steady, sustained energy for your morning.
That is a perfect and safe way to enjoy the benefits of a banana, which, as the source material points out, is a fantastic source of potassium to help prevent leg cramps and vitamin B6 for healthy nerve communication between your brain and your legs. Now, you just mentioned our fourth breakfast food, Dr. Greek yogurt.
Yes, a plain, unsweetened Greek yogurt is another excellent choice for a morning meal to protect your leg muscles. It is very rich in high-quality protein.
It's a true protein powerhouse. A standard serving of Greek yogurt contains a large amount of that slow-digesting casein protein that we have discussed before on Healthier Daily. This is wonderful for the morning because it provides a steady release of amino acids to your muscles for several hours, which effectively stops that muscle breakdown process and keeps your body in a building state. The study from Maastricht University that you shared is a great example showing that this type of protein in the morning leads to measurable improvements in leg strength over time.
Our fifth option is one that might seem unusual for breakfast to many of our American viewers, but it is a very powerful way to start the day, especially if you are serious about rebuilding muscle. It is a small portion of pan-seared salmon.
And in addition to being packed with 20 grams of high-quality protein in a small serving, the real magic of salmon is its healthy fat content. It is one of the world's best sources of the omega-3 fatty acids EPA and DHA. A major study in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition showed that seniors who consume more of these omega-3s maintain significantly more leg muscle mass. The science suggests that these healthy fats help to reduce chronic inflammation, and they actually make the muscle cells more sensitive and responsive to the growth signals from the protein you eat. It's a true superfood for fighting sarcopenia.
Now for our final breakfast option, I want to share the hidden gem from the source material. This is a very traditional, very simple breakfast that I personally enjoy very much. It is half of a steamed sweet potato with a tiny sprinkle of natural mineral salt, like Celtic sea salt.
That is so interesting, Doctor. It sounds delicious, but why is that specific combination so powerful for leg strength?
The sweet potato provides a wonderful, slow-releasing complex carbohydrate. This is very important for replenishing the muscle glycogen, which is the stored energy in your muscles that was used up overnight while you were fasting. But the key is the mineral salt.
And that's because a true unprocessed mineral salt is not just sodium. It contains more than 80 trace minerals that your body is desperate for in the morning to restore proper electrolyte balance. This includes potassium and magnesium, which are essential for preventing cramps and ensuring your muscles can contract smoothly. The French study you mentioned in the source text is amazing. It found that this type of high-fiber breakfast, combined with a potassium and magnesium-rich sea salt, led to a 41% improvement in balance and nearly 50% fewer falls. It's a beautiful, simple example of how the humble foods of the earth, when combined wisely, provide exactly what our bodies need to thrive. Doctor, this has been an incredible masterclass. You've given us a complete morning leg strength protocol. It's not just a list of foods. It's a full system starting from the moment we wake up to stop the destructive process of sarcopenia. It's the awakening and activation habits to prepare the body, followed by a powerful protein, rich breakfast to fuel the body. This is a complete blueprint for rebuilding leg strength. For anyone watching who has felt that slow, creeping decline in their strength, this is such a hopeful and powerful message. You can fight back against sarcopenia with the simple choices you make at your breakfast table every morning. This isn't just about feeling better, it's about measurably improving your leg strength and preventing the dangerous falls that can steal our independence. By focusing on your breakfast, you are directly addressing one of the biggest drivers of sarcopenia and taking a huge step towards better health. This entire protocol is designed to help you maintain and even regain your leg strength for all the years to come.
I want to leave you with this one final thought. The choice is truly yours, each and every morning. You can choose a breakfast that allows your legs to weaken, or you can choose a breakfast that feeds them what they need to carry you through a long, beautiful, and independent life. Please start tomorrow morning. The first step is always the most important one.
That is the perfect message to end on, Doctor. The choice is ours. It's about being a good and faithful steward of the amazing gift of mobility that we have been blessed with. And of course, the wisest first step is always to speak with your personal doctor or a registered dietitian to create a breakfast plan that is right for your specific health needs, especially if you have any pre-existing conditions like diabetes or kidney disease. Please remember that our conversation today is for educational purposes. It is not a substitute for the direct medical advice from your own trusted physician. If you found this guide empowering and helpful, please give this video a like so that others can find this vital information. And be sure to share it with a friend or family member who you want to help stay strong and steady on their feet. If you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel. It is completely free and it ensures you will not miss our next practical health guide. And for our community discussion today, we would love to know, what is one healthy food you will add to your breakfast tomorrow to start protecting your legs? Sharing your commitment in the comments below is a wonderful first step on your journey to strength. Thank you for being with us. Be well and walk strong.